Hello everyone, welcome back to another card making tutorial. So today we're gonna make this lovely card, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna try and hold it. So there is actually velvet flocking on, or velvet on this paper here, and I know it's hard to see. I hope it shows on the camera. And it's such a pretty paper. So this is from the paper pack called Velvet Meadow, and it really does not show the paper on online or in the catalog as pretty as it is. So every page has some velvet on here. So here are these little white pieces that are velvety. The back side is a neutral color or design. This one here, the leaves are the velvet part and lots of texture to them. This one is so pretty. It's so three-dimensional, and again, the velvet is the white part of this paper and a neutral background. And we have this one here, which is also these little white flowers here have the velvet part on them, and a nice blue. And then this is one of my favorite papers. So this is the back side of it, but this is the main page, and again, this is the velvet here. So really pretty. And if you have not seen this paper in person, it is amazing. So every page has some velvet on one side, and I used for a card class this paper. So there were actually 2 sheets on it, and I have one square left just to show you. So this is the back side of it, and it's cut at 4 by 4, so 4 by 4 piece. But I thought this paper is so pretty, it doesn't really need a lot of extras to stand out and to show off. So we're making a really simple card, birthday card. So this is an old close to my heart one, wishing you happiness and love. I got from Stampin'Up set, which is the Delicate Whispers. So wishing you happiness and love, but whatever you have will work. And with love, this is also an old close to my heart set. It just fitted this bracket right perfectly. And this bracket actually is a Stampin' Up punch that I have for years now. I still once in a while get it out and use it because it's a really nice form. So this one's retired, but you might have it in your stash, or you might have something similar. We'll see. All right, so there's our card base. I already stamped it to make it faster. This one we need to stamp, and then I have a piece of garden green. That's the 2-tone paper, and this one is cut at 4 inches by 2, so it is a little bit longer than what we need for the card front, but I will show you in a second. A piece of ribbon. We got a couple of dots here, and let's stamp this one first. And I'm just gonna use black ink. Where's my... I always like to put one of these squishy sheets underneath to make sure we get a good impression. And then we just, let me move this up here so you can see. And then we just center it on our bracket, push down, hold it for a couple of seconds, and lift up. And there you have it. And if you ever ran into the problem that maybe your stamped image doesn't come all the way completely off the stamp, and you're missing little pieces, especially the written part, when it's a fine line or something, do not try to, unless it's a MISTI or a stamp positioner, but don't try to go over it. Just use a very fine black pen, like this one is a 005. This is just a micro pen, and you can always fill in the areas that are missed, and nobody will know. Let me see if I can do this. For example, here with the E or the I, There we go. So you can always just fill in and you won't even know that there was a piece missing. But that only works with black. All right, so this is the pretty paper, which we will put down here just up here so we have a nice even frame around. And I'm just gonna use some adhesive. Like I said, this paper is so pretty. I did not want to cover it up or, you know, put too much extra on it because it's just speaks for itself. All right, I think this looks pretty good here. Okay, now this piece, as you can see, if we put this down, so we have a nice even frame, it kind of like overlaps like over 1/2 inch, which is fine because what I did was I just started to rip down. So I'm ripping towards me and I'm just going across. So this would cover up our bottom evenly. And I had, when I was ripping the paper, I should have showed you, this is the darker side of the garden green. This is the lighter side. So I had the darker side facing me and ripped it down. And now we can just place this one down. Again, making sure we have an even spacing around. So it doesn't matter if this is a little bit tilted. That's actually kind of nice. And then I use this leftover piece that we just tore off. And I'm gonna place it down here. And with the two-tone, it actually gives you an extra effect. And it's kind of fun to play with these two-tone papers. I know for many of you it's kind of new and it's like a love-hate relationship, but I remember when we first were introduced to this, it's close to my heart, it was similar. You know, you used to one thing and then all of a sudden everything changes, but I have to say I don't want to miss it anymore. And we still have the through and through colors. If you like those, the 8.5 by 11, they're all through and through same color. So you can always use those. Okay, now I'm just gonna fold my ribbon a little bit over here and I'm gonna use a glue dot. I'm gonna use a glue dot, just push it in here. Press your ribbon in the glue dot. And we can manipulate it a little bit, and then I'm just gonna, oh, before I do that, let's finish this one off. Okay, so as you can see here, this has a thin black trim around the cutout. So how I achieve that, I just used my Stampin' Right marker, but any marker you might have that has a little brush tip will work. And I'm just gonna go along the edges here. Just hold the pen or the brush a little bit on an angle and just go around the edges. So it gives you just a nice little extra detail. And if you cut anything like this with the two-tone paper, since you will see a white edge too, you can always use the coordinating color. Like for the garden green, you could use garden green and then go around the edges and cover up that white center. And if this bothers you. Okay, so now we have our black outline. And now we can adhere our ribbon. I'm just gonna take this, pull it a little bit more apart. Okay, like so. And then I'm just gonna pop it right on the back here. Oops. Okay, we got a little bit of the ink from the marker on my fingers. But thankfully it's on the back side of the ribbon, so nobody will know. All right, so always check your fingers. I'm gonna finish off this one here. And we're gonna put this one on the front here. I think about here. And then I used our little marker to color in the heart. And this color, which one is that one? Petunia Pop. And I have these were still in my stash from close to my heart, but it's just like the Petunia Pop color, so I figured they go well with this card, so we're gonna put these on here. And then all we have left is to put a little doodle on the inside of our card. You know me and doodles. I think they're just finishing off the cards. I always put phrases on the inside too. Rarely I leave it open, but most of the time I have some sentiment or some little cute phrase or something that can go on the inside. It's just nicer than having a white card with nothing on the inside. All right, 2 loops, wiggles, and there you have it. Card number 2, quick and easy, and it makes the paper show really well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a comment, please leave it down below. Let me know what you think about this card, and I will see you back here next week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.